Good morning dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing well. Here I am back again with another video. Today we are going to start chapter 3 of maths, that is data handling for class 7. Dear students, this is an introduction video. Here we will cover each and every concept that will be required for solving this chapter. But before moving on to the new topic, students, let us just revise whatever you have studied about this chapter in your previous classes. Yes, isn't it? You have studied this data handling chapter in your 6th standard also. There you have learned about how to collect the data and how to organize it. After organizing, how to represent it. We have studied several methods for representing the data in 6th standard. Which were those methods? You have studied about telemarks, isn't it? How to collect the data, how to organize it in tables using telemarks. Then we have studied about pictographs, how to represent the data using small pictures for the objects. That was your pictograph. And also it is very clear to you how to represent the data using bar graphs. Isn't it, students? You have studied about telemarks, pictographs, bar graphs in your 6th standard also. Now in this 7th standard, what is new? What you are going to learn in 7th standard for this chapter, data handling? See students, here you will learn some more methods, some more techniques to record data. For data handling, you are going to study some more methods. Okay. So students, let us begin our chapter. Let us see the introduction to the chapter. So the first topic that we will see will be organization of data using telemarks, which is already clear to you, isn't it? Okay, so first topic that we will be seeing will be organization of data using telemarks. Then next topic that we will be clearing will be range. This is a new topic for you. Okay, range. Then next important topic is mean, then median, then mode. Then we will study about bar graphs. Again, this topic is clear to you. Now in 7th standard, you will learn about double bar graphs. In 6th standard, you have already learned about bar graphs, isn't it? Now in 7th standard, the new thing is we are going to draw double bar graph, students. Okay, then one more new thing you are going to study in this chapter is chance and probability. Okay, so these are the following topics that we will cover in this introduction video, students. One by one, I'll clear each and every topic in detail. So let us start with our first topic, students, that is organization of data using telemarks. Okay. So students, here the name of the chapter is data handling. Data means information. Handling means to collect the information, record it and present it using different methods of data handling. We are going to see the first method, that is data handling using telemarks, students. So I have taken this example, students. Here you can see some numbers are written. These are the marks scored by 10 students in a class, and you are asked to show this marks using you are asked to show this data in tabular form. Which form, students? Tabular form, in the form of table. In the form of table using telemarks. So let us see, students, how we are going to show this data using telemarks. So first thing is to draw the column for the given information. Which information was given to you, students? Marks were given. So the first column will be the information given to you. Here it was marks. So my first column is marks. And as we are recording the data in tabular form, students, always remember the information you are going to write the information in ascending order. Okay. So here this marks I will record in marks column but in ascending order. So here you can see the smallest value is 5, then 6, 7, 8 and the highest one is 9. Okay, sorry, the smallest is 4 here. So I will start with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have written the marks here. Clear, students? See, here 5 is given 2 times. So no need of writing 5 2 times here. That we are going to show using telemarks. इसीलिए तो हम telemarks का use करने आए हैं. So that if some number is repeatedly coming, no need to again and again write it. You are going to represent it using telemarks. So students, the next column will be telemarks. Now let us discuss little bit about telemarks also. In your 6th standard you have studied how to draw telemarks, isn't it? For telemarks we use such vertical stroke, isn't it, students? Suppose I want to show 3 with telemarks. So what I'll do, I'll draw 3 such strokes. See students, 1, 2, 3. Now if I want to show 5, for 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have studied this in your 6th standard, that for 5th telemark, you are not going to draw one vertical stroke. What you are going to do, you will draw one diagonal stroke on the 4 strokes which you have already drawn. So this shows the group of 5. Okay, now if I want to show 7, then 1, 2, 3, 4, again 5, then 6, 7. Clear now students? Same thing we are going to do here also. Let us see. Now I want to draw the telemarks for the given information. Now start from the first value students, 8. So go near 8 and draw one stroke. Next number is 5, then 5. Then it is 9. Go near 9 and draw one stroke. 4. Again 4 near 8. Then next is 6. Go near 6 and draw one mark. 7. Go near 7, draw one mark. 8. Go near 8, draw one mark. 5. Go and draw one mark, and at last 7. See students, these are our telemarks. Okay. And after telemarks, the next column which you are going to draw is frequency. What students? Frequency. Frequency means number of repetitions. Number of repetitions. Okay students, how many times the number is repeated, that is written in frequency column. And this frequency you may write as a number of students also. Why number of students? See, what we are recording here, we are recording how many students got 4, how many students got 5. So that's why the number of students you can write as frequency, or it can be also written as number of students. So let us see students, how many students scored 4? How many marks are written? Only 1 mark. So 4 is scored by only 1 student. Then next 5. For 5, how many telemarks you have drawn students? 2. That means 2 students scored 5. Then 6. Only 1 student has scored 6. Then 7. How many times 7 is repeated, or how many times a student has scored 7? How many times? 2 times, means 2 students scored 7 students. And how many times this 7 is repeated? 2 times. So here I can write 2, 8. 3 times 3 students got 8. So here I will write 3, and 9 is scored by only 1 student. So at last 1. Clear students? Now what I told you, what is this? The number of repetitions for the marks, or the number of students that has scored the following marks. Okay, so I told you the total number of students are 10. Let us check. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 1, 10. Yes, so I am having 10 students and the following marks scored by them. Clear students? And draw proper table here now. Okay, we have drawn, but what is the use of this? See students, what is the use of this is, suppose I want to know how many students scored highest marks. Okay, so highest mark is 8 here. How many students scored 8? 3. Now I want to show, I want to see how many students scored minimum marks. Minimum means the lowest. So here 4. How many students scored 4? The lowest mark 1. Okay. See students, the use of this is by seeing this raw data. Raw data means simply written data. Okay, you can't quickly analyze something. Okay, if I ask you how many students got 8, so that means you have to count 1, 2, 3 like this na. But now after arranging the data in tabular form, you can simply see from here, yes, 8 is scored by 3 students. So this is the use of telemark students. Clear? And also one more thing, sometimes students count and write the telemark. Suppose if I want to show, if I want to put telemarks for 8, then 1, 2, 3, then you will draw 3 telemarks. But don't use that method. That method is time taking. And also you may get error. How to do? Simply see the number and put a stroke. Again see the number, put a stroke. No need to first count and write. You can do in this manner also. So this was our first topic students, representing the data in tabular form using telemarks. Now let us move to our next topic, that is range. Okay, range. For finding the range of the given data, students, there is a formula. For range, we take the highest value and the lowest value and we subtract them. Okay, highest value minus lowest value will give you the range for the given information or data. See here, students, some numbers I have taken. So this is my data for which I want to calculate range. What to do? What I told you, the formula to calculate range is highest value minus lowest value. So observe your data and take the value which is the highest. See here, which is the highest value? 6 is greater here. So I will write here 6, and now find the lowest observation or lowest value here. The lowest value you will get is 2. So students, 6 minus 2. Now 6 minus 2 is how much? 4. So this is the range of the given data. Clear, students? So range is equals to highest observation minus lowest observation. Okay, next point, next topic. So our next topic is mean. Students, mean is also known as arithmetic mean or average. Okay, so for the given data we can calculate mean or average. Again, it has one formula. See, mean is equals to or average is equals to sum of all observations divided by number of observations. Okay, I'll explain you this formula again with the help of one example. Look here, some numbers are given, data is given. Now I have to calculate the mean for the given data. Okay, so here I have written sum of all observations, means whatever data you are having, if you want to calculate average or mean for that, first add all the numbers, add all the values. Okay, take the sum of all the values and then divide it with the number of values given, number of observations given. Let us see. So sum of all observations, now how many observations or how many values are given? 5, and we are going to add each of them. 4 plus 6 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3. Clear, students? So this is the sum of all observation divided by number of observations. Kitni observations hai? So you have to count the observations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have taken its sum and I have divided with its number. Okay, let us add. 4 plus 6, 10, 10 plus 2, 12, 12 plus 5, 17, 17 plus 3, 20. Okay, students, we got 20 upon 5. We can cancel 20 and 5. 5 fours are 20. Okay, so see, students, what is the average or arithmetic mean or mean of the given data? It is 4. Clear, students? So you have to by heart this formula, sum of all observations divided by number of observations. You can note it down and then we'll see our next topic. So students, median. Okay, always remember median means mid value or middle value. Okay, median means you have to observe the data given and you have to find the mid value. And if you are asked to find the median, always remember this, that first you have to arrange the data in ascending order. Again, I will take the same example. Some data is given here and I am asked to find the median for it. Sorry. So first step to find the median is arrange the data in ascending order. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clear, students? Simply you have to take out the mid value. You have to see the middle value. Here you can see 5 numbers are there. Which is the middle value here? 4. 2 numbers are there on the right side and then 2 numbers are there on the left side also. So which value is in between? It is 4. So here the median for the given data is 4. Clear, students? So always remember, arrange in ascending order and take out the mid value. That will be your median. Okay, let us see our next topic. Next topic is mode. Okay. Next topic that you are going to study is mode. And for this, first let me change the example little bit and then I'll explain. Okay, students. So our next topic is mode. Simply for the given data, observe it and take that value which has the maximum frequency. What is frequency? In the just now in the beginning I have explained you, na? Frequency means number of repetition. Mode for any given data is that number which comes many number of times. Okay. So mode will be that value which occurs maximum number of times. So let us see, students, this example. Here you can see many numbers are given. So you have to find out that number which is appearing maximum number of times here. Okay, which is for which the frequency is highest. 4, how many times? Only 2 times 4 has appeared here. So let me write 2 here. Then 6, only 1 time. Okay. 2, how many times 2 is appearing? 1, 2, 3. 2 is appearing 3 times. Clear, students? Then 5 only 1 time, 3 only 2 times, 7 1 time, 4 2 times, 10 1 time. So for which number the frequency is highest? It is highest for 2, because we can see here that 2 is appearing 3 times, rest 4 is appearing 2 times, then 6 has appeared 1 time, and again your 3 is appearing 2 times. So here we can see only the number 2 is appearing 3 times here. So for this data, mode will be 2. Clear, students? Okay. So students, now we have seen range, mean, median and mode, and these are also known as central values or representative values. Reason? Because this represents the information about the data given. So we can call them as representative values or central values also. So students, that's all for today. In the next video, we are going to continue our introduction part only. So I hope each and every point is clear to you and make these concepts very clear. That's all for today. Thank you.